Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn algebra. Today is our lesson number 92, day number 92. Right here, and we are here in the schedule 86 through 100. We are in the process of learning how to solve linear equations. After we finish linear equation on day number 100, then beginning with day number 101, thing has been sitting for so long I can't erase it. Then beginning with day 101 all the way to day 200, for the next 100 day we will solve word problems. But that will come much later. As I said, today is our day number 92. Let's see what we have for today. As I said, we are learning how to solve linear equations. So here's the equation. X plus 5 over 3 minus x plus 2 over 2 plus 2x minus 3 over 5 we are told it equals 1. We are told that, let me read one more time, x plus 5 over 3 minus x plus 2 over 2 plus 2x minus 3 over 5, we are told the whole thing equals 1. If you wish to solve it yourself, I see no reason why you wouldn't want to. Pause the equation, pause the video at this point, solve it yourself, and then after you get done solving it, you can resume it and compare the work that you've done yourself and the work that we're going to do together. Alright? So pause it right now, this will be a good point. Alright. The very first thing we need to do is to find a common denominator. We got a denominator of 3 here, a denominator of 2 here, a denominator of 5 here. And what's the denominator there? We have a denominator of 1 there. 1 over 1 is just 1 over 1. We have all the different denominators. We need to find a common denominator, least common denominator. And the least common denominator in this case is very simple because they are all different. It's 3 times 2, which is 6. 6 plus 5 is 30. Somehow we have to make everything into 30. We have to make all the denominators into 30. How do we convert 3 into 30? We have a denominator of 3. How do we convert it into 30? Well, multiply the top and the bottom of this fraction by 10. How do we convert this into 30? Well, multiply the top and the bottom by 15. How do we convert the 5 into a 30? Well, multiply top and the bottom by 6. If you multiply the top and bottom by something, if you multiply something by 6 over 6, if I have something, well, here's your n. If I multiply the top and the bottom by 6, it doesn't change, it's still n because I'm multiplying it by 1. 6 over 6 is 1. That's it. So now we have a common denominator, and this guy will become 30 over 30. The 1 will become 30 over 30. 30 over 30 is 1. It's still 1. So now that we have the common denominator, we can do our thing. We can ignore the bottom part now. Since they all have a common denominator of 30, we don't have to worry about it. We can just ignore it. For example, if 60 over 2 plus 90 over 3, 60 over 2 is 2, 60 over 2 is 15, 90 over 3 is 30, that's a 45. 45, that is now what I meant to do. So now if I get 45 on the other side, and I don't even have the common denominator. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. 60 over 15 plus 45 over 15. 60 over 15 is 4. 45 over 15 is 3. I need a 7 here. I don't know why I'm making it so complicated. Let's make it even simpler. 30 over 15 is 2 plus 3. I need a 5, so that's a 75 over 15. Now that is a valid equation. 30 over 15 is 2, 45 over 15 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, and 75 over 15 is also 5. It's a valid equation. But because 15 appears as a denominator throughout the equation, throughout the entire equation, every single term has a denominator of 15, therefore we can ignore it. Here we go. We can ignore it, and it will still be a valid equation. Nobody's going to argue about the fact that 30 plus 45 bloody well add up to 75, which it does. So we're going to ignore the bottom part here. They are all 30. We just have to worry about the top part. Let's see. Here we have 10 times x plus 5. Then we have negative 15 times x plus 2. Then we have positive 6 times 2x minus 3. 6 times 2x minus 3. And we are told that that whole thing equals 30 over 30. I don't know why I'm bothering with 30 over 30. You can just write that as 1. That was unnecessary. This part was unnecessary. Well, actually no. Because that became 30 now. The 1 became 30. 1 became 30 because we are crossing out all the denominator. This is the denominator of 30 right here. This denominator, this denominator, this denominator, that denominator is cancelled out. So the 1 turned into a 30. Let's do it out now. 10 times x is 10x. 10 times 5 is 50. Now keep in mind that here we have a negative 15. Don't forget the negative sign. We have a negative 15. Negative 15 times x is negative 15x. Negative 15 times 2, negative 15 times positive 2 is going to be negative 30. Then we have 6 times 2x, which is 12x. And then we have positive 6 times a negative 3. A positive 6 times a negative 3 is going to be negative 18. And on this side we have 30. You see? I hope you understand why we ignored 30. I hope you did not have too much trouble. For example, we need 30. 2/5 and 3/5 equals 1. So nobody's going to argue about the fact that 2/5 plus 3/5 equals 1. Watch what happens. I want to get rid of this 5. If I want to get rid of this 5, I need to multiply the top this is what I meant. 2/5 plus 3/5 equals 1, which can be written as 5 over 5. So far so good, you see, 5 over 5. Now because the 5 appears throughout the entire equation in the bottom, we can ignore it. So our original 1 turned into a 5, which is exactly what's going on here. The original 1 turns into a 30 because we have a denominator of 30. You see, there's the one more example so you can see it, because I was myself for a second a little confused. You agree that 1/4 plus 3/4 equals 1. Well, of course, nobody's going to argue about that. 1 can be written as 4 over 4. 4 over 4. Of course, 1 of 4 over 4 is still 1. Now, because 4 appears in the denominator throughout the entire equation, we can ignore it. We don't have to look at it. And the equation will still be valid. Nobody's going to argue that 1 plus 3 equals 1 times 4. It is still a valid equation. That's what happened there. Now we have to add up all our x's and all our numbers. There is a 10x. There is a 10x. Let's keep track of our inventory here. A positive, let's not do it in a green marker, it's much easier. It's more difficult to read it. 10x minus 15x That's so far negative 5 plus 12x. A negative 5 and a positive 12 gives us positive 7. Is there anything else? That's it. So we have positive 7x, positive 7x. I shouldn't have put an equal sign there because we have to now do the numbers. So now we have positive 50, a negative 30. A positive 50, a negative 30, that's 20. And then we have a negative 18. Negative 18 gives us 2. So plus 2 equals 30. Now we need to get rid of this 2. Now we need to get rid of this 2 from this side. Let's subtract 2 from both sides of the equation. As we subtract 2 from both sides of the equation, this positive 2 cancels out this negative 2. And this 7x is going to come down. 7x equals 30 minus 2, which is 28. And now we need to get rid of the 7. Divide both sides of the equation by 7. And 7 cancels out. And x equals 28 over 7, which is 4. Voila, this is your answer. X equals 4. The very last thing we need to do before we call it a day is to go back to our original equation and replace all the x's by 4 and see if the equation still holds. We need to make sure that, this is how we say it in mathematical language, we need to make sure that x equals 4 satisfies the equation. Let's do it. I'm going to take out all the extra part that we have put in so it's easier to work with. We don't need this. We don't need this. We do not need this. And this is just 1. So let's put in x equal to 4 and see what happens. If you put in x equal to 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Minus 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So these cancel out actually. So this better be 1 then. X equals 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. What do you know? One more time, I'm going to explain it. Okay, we just found that x equals 4. If x equals 4, put it in here. 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Let's go to this one. Again, 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that's the 3. But there's a minus sign here. So 3 minus 3, they cancel each other out. It's just gone. Which means this part, whatever it is, it better come out to be 1 because that's the only thing that is left. Let's put x equal to 4 in here. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 divided by 5 gives us the 1 that we need here. Well, it fits, it works, everything is fine. That's it. And that also happens to be the end of our day number 92. I will see you tomorrow on day number 93. Alright?